What is going on, guys? We are going to talk about SoFi today. Basically, the sell-off, like we talked about in last night's video, this is all going according to plan and kind of how we have it charted out. I am looking for this to come a bit lower. So on the week, down 12%. This is a healthy pullback. SoFi has been ripping for months. So on the month, it's still up 4%, but this thing did get all the way up to $30, made new all-time highs. In the last 3 months, it's up 47%, and year to date, 74%, and on the 1 year, 231%. So if you look on the 1 year, this is nothing to panic about. This is a healthy pullback. This stock was overbought, and it needed to pull back and come back down to a healthy range. So it's really not that big of a deal in the grand scheme of things. Just look at this pullback. It's very small. This is pretty usual. People taking profits who have been holding for a long time. Even some bag holders probably near the 30 mark sold out. So, because if you remember, SoFi made all-time highs in 2021 when it was a brand new de-SPAC, went from IPOE to SoFi, and then pretty much rejected these three highs and sold off for years. It was pretty much just hanging out in the 5 to 7 range. So yeah, people were taking profits. It's what you do, but this is just a healthy pullback. If we look at the chart here, it's kind of like what we called out in last night's video, just coming down. Could continue to fall a little bit. I'm going to start accumulating SoFi here. Would love it at 25 if I get it, but obviously had a little bit of a bounce today. Going to start accumulating in this range all the way to about 23. And if we break that, I will wait for this gap to fill about at 20. So that is what I have for SoFi. And let's look on the monthly real quick. This is still my idea for SoFi. Just a healthy pullback, and then we'll bounce. We can take a look at... So yeah, we were overbought on the RSI, and now we are coming back down. Would love to see this thing dip below and be oversold. And then the MACD still pretty neutral. It looked like it crossed over. But yeah, once this RSI gets dipping below, that is when you want to start accumulating. Just a couple of things to look at, but no big deal for SoFi. Kind of knew this was going to happen, and that's what I'll be looking for. Anyway, getting into the call flow. People are starting to buy calls again. So yesterday's video showed all the puts loaded up. Those puts paid out today, and this is the flow, all expirations. So still a lot of call buyers. If we just want to focus on the short term, let's say 3 weeks out, people are still loading puts. The puts are still outweighing the call flows. So short term, this will likely continue a little bit lower before a bounce, which is a good thing to accumulate. So I am going to be looking to add SoFi, probably January calls and shares, and then some things I wanted to talk about on Twitter. SoFi now has level 1 options available. So if you're like me and you want SoFi at a specific price, obviously you can trade options, you can buy calls and stuff like that. But if you wanted to, you could go out to, say, January, and you could sell a put. Say you want to buy SoFi at $20 or like $22. You can sell this put. It's going to cost you $2,200 in upfront capital, and that will be tied up, and you will get this paid out to you immediately, $159. And so if SoFi were to come down to $22, you would be assigned these shares, but if that's what you want. Or if SoFi continues higher, this will depreciate and you will get to keep all of that. So selling options is a really cool thing to do as well. Another thing you can do, if you already own 100 shares and you think, okay, SoFi's kind of topped out for the year, which I don't think it has, but let's say, all right, October is going to be bearish for SoFi. So let's sell a call. So you could sell, let's say, a 27 call if you think SoFi is going to go a little bit lower. And you would collect $116 as this price drops. and you can buy to close it whenever you want. So say SoFi drops another $2 and this is only worth $16. You could buy to close it and you made $100. So there's a lot of things you can do with selling these options that's less risky than being the buyer of the options. So that is cool that SoFi has those on their platform now. And another reason we're selling off is that IWM hit a recent all-time high. So this is what I've been watching. Tapped it there, sold off, tapped there, sold off. We actually went a little past it this time and kind of selling off a little bit. So it's not necessarily just SoFi, it's the overall market kind of being overbought, especially these small caps. And I do expect us to bounce soon. But yeah, this is still pretty healthy, just a slight pullback. Still holding its uptrend. So you could see an ascending triangle breakout there. But that is overall what I have for SoFi. Let me know if you guys have questions about how to sell options and I can make another video on them. It's a cool way to collect premium or get in at the price you want. So yeah, let me know what you guys think about that. Please like and subscribe and have a good one.